Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name's Max and today we are cracking out the oil pastels yet again for some homework yet again. If you want to know about how to use oil pastels, then watch this video here and not this video currently that you are watching, because I will not be giving a tutorial. This is more of a sketchbook session where I just sort of talk nonsense at you while I'm drawing, and you for some reason stay and watch the whole thing, hopefully. Before we dive into the Q&A that was promised, I'm going to just tell you what I'm doing so that you know the context of what I'm forcing you to watch. So, on the other side that I'm not working on the left, that's the one, that is a critical study of a piece called War by an artist called Paula Rego, and I did that with a oil pastel set. And so I'm using that same oil pastel set to do my own, response to it, because we are at school working on a drawing project, and for that you have to pick 2 or 3 artists, and you have to do, some research on them. And I don't know how compulsory it was to do 2 massive pieces of work dedicated to each artist, but I'm doing that anyway because, because I'm a bit extra, and also because I've got quite a few pages I still want to fill up in my sketchbook before finishing the unit, so that's why. That's what I'm doing anyway. So what I'm doing is it's meant to be like the similar style to the one on the left, and the one on the left definitely ends up looking way nicer than this one, but that isn't really a surprise because that one was designed and carefully thought out by a professional and very, highly viewed artist, and mine was just... I didn't even use a reference for any of it. I just started colouring with some friggin' crayons, so, it is what it is. As for the Q&A, as usual, I got millions and millions of questions from my millions and millions of fans, and so, unfortunately, however, we'll only have time to answer 2 questions today, so, sorry to all the hundreds of thousands of billions of people that also asked a question. So these questions came from Instagram, and I asked on YouTube as well, but no one had any on YouTube apparently. If you didn't see it, then I'm sorry that I missed you. But, I did only give you a day's notice. Anyway, our first question is, how many coloured pencils do you have precisely? Not coloured pencils, just pencils in general, I think. And the answer to that deeply philosophical question is 761 pencils and a half. So I hope that's a satisfying answer for you. And I'm getting a bit of deja vu for the next question. I think I might have had this conversation either with this person or with the channel at some point, because this is actually a subject I'm quite passionate about. The question is, what is your opinion on sun bears? And obviously they're an animal, and I like animals, and they're a bear, and I like most bears, but visibly to look at, they are horrendously terrifying. I'm going to put some pictures on the screen, and then you're going to have to tell me, honestly, from the deepest part of your heart, that these are not the most scary looking creatures ever. And obviously all life is beautiful, and all animals have a purpose in the ecosystem, and I'm very grateful that these animals exist on our planet, but everything about them proportionally is just horrendously incorrect and terrifying. They've got the longest arms. How long do bears need arms? They look like people who are walking around in skin suits, and it's really, really disturbing. And their eyes are like little gooey marbles that are either too small. I can't find a single picture where their eyes look normal. They look really scary. Even the baby ones are terrifying, and they're just so long. Their bodies are just so stretchy, and I feel like if you saw the silhouette of one on a stormy night in the distance, you'd think it was some sort of cryptid creature coming to get you, and I just don't like them. Looking at them just really upsets me. And there are some that are perfectly well-mannered and polite young bears, but personally I went to see them visibly myself, and they were really scary when I saw them in a zoo. And they were they weren't behaving in a scary way. They weren't being aggressive. They were just waddling around, and it was really creepy. And that is it for the questions. Those were the only questions that I received on this good day. I'm sure if I'd decided I was going to do a Q&A last week and I'd put it out then, I'd have got At least 4 or 5. I know, astonishing, high number, and if not, I could have bribed people with Haribo or something, I don't know. But alas not. And for some reason, my voice recording isn't doing so good. It keeps, like, missing, like, a word or two, and then it makes the sentence not as sensical, so, you know, I could go back and re-record things and fix it, or I could just leave it and leave everyone to be slightly confused by what I'm saying, because it's not like that many people are going to watch the video anyway. And if you're watching, then good job. Thank you for giving me some of your time. I appreciate it. Okay, now allow me to give you the rundown of everything that is wrong with the piece that I'm working on, and why Paula Rego's one works and my one falls flat and it's really awful looking. So, to start with, she's got some really good, like, browns and whites, like neutral tones that kind of ground it, and she's got a much more sort of concise colour palette of blue, yellow, pink, and sort of red, and that's it. Whereas I didn't do that. I've got practically every colour except purple has been included, and I've not got a lot of white. I tried to make the little wolfy fox guy, I tried to give him whiter fur because originally he was going to be like a peachy colour, and then I realised it needed some like blank pale areas to try and ground it a bit better, but I don't think it really did it. And as you can see, I also got the brown out for the cape, and I also got it out for another bit later on to try and bring some more neutral tones in, but still it was all very bright, and the background was the same kind of level of brightness as the figures, which isn't the case in Paula Rego's, because the figures have like white and they've got their little pale little brown leggies, and yeah, the sort of blue outfit that doesn't clash with the brown behind it, and it all just works a lot more cohesively and a lot better. And also the kind of outfit of the like pink rabbit in the middle is a lot more intricate, and I tried to have a little bit more intricacy of mine, but because I'd used this set for quite a lot now, the little corner edge vertex thing around the edge had gone completely flat, so I couldn't get any kind of like detail work in, so it's all very blocky and dreadful and not great. Now let's talk about the strengths, because otherwise I might go insane. So I like the kind of expressive poses that I've got, and I like the way he's kind of screaming. And there was meant to be a little bit more blood, but I did not achieve that. The little bit of blood I did do ended up looking really rubbish, so I thought if I did much more of it, then it would just make everything look rubbish. Another thing, I like the shading I've done on his outfit. However, he looks like he's wearing like a superhero outfit because it's all the same colour and he's got a cape. So, I don't know, I probably could have done something different. Here is the final thing. If there's anything you particularly like or dislike about it, then let me know. And if you've got any questions for the next Q&A type video, then also let me know. Bye!